All right, so you want to get fit in 2024, but you don't know how to do so. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. The first topic out of 3 that I'm going to cover is dieting. I know, dieting sucks and no one wants to hear about it, but please stick with me. Dieting is so crucial when it comes to your fitness. It sounds crazy, but ab exercises are not going to give you a six-pack. What you eat in the kitchen will. Getting a six-pack and looking shredded is directly related to how much body fat you have. So depending on what your fitness goals are, if you want to get lean and have a six-pack, you have to be in a calorie deficit, which is when you're eating less than your maintenance level of calories. And if your goal is to put on a lot of muscle, you need to be in a caloric surplus or a bulk, which is what I'm in right now, and to be honest, I'm getting a little chubby. Anyways, let's dive into how you can actually diet to get to your dream physique. All right, so odds are if you're new to fitness or you're just starting, you're kind of just eating whatever you want, which is also known as your maintenance level of calories. But as I said earlier, this level of calories that you're eating might have to change depending on what your fitness goals are. And while I don't know your fitness goals, because obviously I'm talking to you through a screen, I can still give you a few diet tips that'll help you throughout your journey no matter what your goals are. If you're trying to put on some muscle, a general rule of thumb is tracking 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that you have, or at least close to it. So for example, I weigh like 185 pounds, so if I was gonna track it down to the T, I would try to eat 185 grams of protein every single day. It sounds hard and pretty specific, but you can just try to guesstimate or track it in a way that's easy for you. My next dieting tip is gonna be have some balance and have sustainability. Balance is extremely important when it comes to your diet. Don't cut out carbs completely, don't cut out fats completely, have that balance and get a little bit of everything every day. Trust me when I tell you, all the courses and all the things that tell you to cut out this completely or don't eat any of that, they're wrong. Obviously, when it comes to your diet, there's healthy options and unhealthy options for each food group. But what I'm getting at here is don't cut one out completely. Have that balance because it'll keep your hormones in check and it'll keep you healthy. As you go, just try to swap out different food groups for healthier options, and I promise it'll make a huge difference. If you don't know where to start at all with your diet, I highly recommend starting with some chicken and rice meals. Chicken and rice is kind of a joke now, but it is truly the savior for anyone who's trying to just get to their dream physique. Obviously, down the line, you want to throw in some extra stuff, have some variety, eat some red meat. But if you have no idea where to start and you just want to have some basic whole food meals, chicken and rice is a great option. All right, so that's dieting. Let's move on to the next part. All right, now that we got dieting over with, we're on to the fun part, which is training styles. This is personally my favorite part to tell you about. So when you first start training in the gym, you need to go slow and you need to figure out what works for you. Not everyone's body is the same, so you can't just hop on the same equipment that your friend Joe hopped on and expect it to feel the same for you. You're also just beginning, so muscle stimulus is gonna make you more sore and it's gonna feel weird at first. So I highly recommend in your first month of training, just focus on being consistent and showing up to the gym. Once you get through that first month, you can try out a few different styles. The style that I recommend for growing muscle, getting to your dream physique, and getting tone is gonna be a low volume, high intensity style of training. People are gonna tell you different things, like if you hire a personal trainer, they might tell you, do 4 sets of 12 for getting your six-pack ready. Yes, high volume can be good for some people, especially if you're older and you don't wanna hurt your joints with high amounts of weight. But if you're my age, bro, you need to try out some low volume, high intensity styles of training. Personally, if you need a sense of direction for how many sets, how many reps you should be shooting for, I like to do 2 sets to failure with 6 to 8 reps in each set. Failure essentially means doing your reps until you can't do a full rep anymore. So somewhere in that 6 to 8 rep range, I'm gonna hit failure and I'm not gonna be able to do another full rep, and that's when I stop. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna feel weird at first, but I highly recommend you try it once you have some experience in the gym. In terms of what muscle groups you should be hitting each day, look up workout splits online. But I highly recommend trying a push-pull legs routine. A push day is chest, shoulders, and triceps. A pull day is gonna be back and biceps. And a leg day is obviously legs. This is a good simple routine that you can do twice a week. Just make sure you're getting enough rest and drinking enough water throughout this process. It can get repetitive though, so over time, you're probably gonna wanna switch it. But yeah, guys, that's the training portion of this video. Let's move on to the next section. So now that you learned about dieting and training styles, I have a third topic for you. I'm gonna go on a limb and assume that no one has ever given you this piece of advice for fitness before. My advice is gonna be, make friends that are also fit. It might sound kind of cheesy, but making friends that are into fitness as well is gonna elevate your fitness so much. Once I made a few friends that I can go to the gym with and lift, it became so much more fun, so much more enjoyable. Because it's not gonna feel like a chore anymore, it's just gonna feel like you're going to hang out with your friends. Plus, there's so many benefits to having a training partner. On those sets where you're going to failure, you can do a few assisted reps where your partner helps pull up the weight. If you ever wanna get your form in check, you can ask your training buddy. If you need advice or tips or anything along those lines, having that training partner is so crucial. Nowadays with the internet, you can watch videos like this, yeah, and get all the advice that you need, but having someone in person with you is a completely different story. If you're nervous to go talk to people in your local gym and you don't really know how to make gym friends, you can always ask people how many sets they have left on a machine and ask if you can work in with them. Strike up conversation, don't be shy, and I promise you most people in the gym are in there for the same reason. You're all trying to get fit. So if you let them know that you're trying to make more friends who are also trying to get fit, they will probably want to be friends with you. It's a gradual process, but I promise you it's worth it to make friends in your local gym. There's also a direct correlation between successful people and people who work out. So who knows, that person that you meet in the gym could be your next employer. And they're not gonna tell you this, but if you're in shape, you probably have a better chance at getting a good job. Presentation is everything in 2023, and who says it's gonna change in 2024? So yeah, moral of the story, be social, make friends, and I promise you, you're gonna have a better experience in 2024 when you're trying to get fit. All right, everyone, that is gonna do it for this YouTube video. I hope that you enjoyed, learned something new, had some fun. If you're new here, you watched all the way to this point and you enjoyed the video, please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing. It helps me out a ton. I hope you guys achieve your 2024 fitness goals. I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you in the next video.